Welcome back, Sentinels. Welcome back. Another episode of Black Father Sentinel, where we are changing the narrative of how fathers are depicted as well as discussed in today's society. As you can see, I'm out here in nature again, enjoying this early morning sunlight. It feels good to be alive today. All right, well, let's jump right into this video, but we know what we have to do first. Let's hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and be sure to leave a comment at the end of the video. All right. And then last but not least, make sure that we are spreading this narrative. All right. Make sure we hit that share button so we can continue to keep this positivity moving forward. All right. And I thank you all in advance for that. So jumping right into the video, this one I have entitled, "Oh, we out here. Fathers, we out here." I want to let you know, listen, I know society is trying to paint this picture of us that we're not in our children's life, that we're not active, that we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. Now, listen, they try to systematically put things in place so it appears that way, but that's just not the case. And I'm here to just shine some light on a few events that I've witnessed throughout the course of this last couple of weeks. And I'm sure that there's more out here. These are just the ones that came to my mind. Okay. Just letting you know that we are active. We are out here. All right. So take a look at this. So I'm at the gas station the other day. I'm just going in there. I think I'm grabbing me a couple bottles of water, or I'm grabbing me some Gatorade or something in that nature. Okay. And I'm headed to the football field. But in front of me is a younger gentleman. He's a father. He has his daughter. She's actually on the ground at this time. She may have been about, I'll just say like 1 year old. Okay. So she's on the ground and she's like playing games. You can tell that he's starting to get frustrated. Okay. So it's a bunch of guys up in there, it's myself, as well as like two other men. All right. So you see her start to get frustrated. And then he says to her, I think he cussed at her. He said something, but I know it was something like out of pocket because it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I wasn't mad because I could see the frustration in his face, and the little baby. She was doing a little too much, but not really. But she was just doing what a 1 year old would do. She was just in the way per se. Okay, and so one of the fathers that was behind him was like, "Oh man, that's a pretty baby that you have." So then I began to chime in as well too. Like, yeah, for sure, she's definitely pretty. What you buying her some snacks? He was asking the younger father. He's like, yeah, man. You can see the frustration all over his face, right? So he pulls out a wad of money, right? And he gives it the father $2 to give to the daughter. So I had a little change coming back from what I was doing. I gave him, I think I gave him a couple dollars as well, right? And then another father behind that other father gave him some money as well. But I'm just looking around and I just got back to the car and I began to ponder. I'm like, yo, that was probably the dopest thing I've saw in a long time, right? It wasn't that we were trying to put down that brother, even though he was going through frustration, even though he looked like he was just fed up. He was highly frustrated with the situation. Whatever it was, it could have been the actual daughter that was putting him through it, or it could have been something that he was going through in his normal life. But however, us as fathers, we just chimed in to give him some support, let him know like, man, it's gonna be all right. You got a beautiful daughter. Appreciate your children. Especially, I told him appreciate them when they're that young because they grow up so fast. And fathers, we know out there, like a blink of an eye, our babies are from like newborns to now they're 18. Now we're dealing with different type of problems with them. So I just encouraged them. We all did, and then we got up out of there. So that's just one of the things. I'm just letting you know that we are active out here. So from there, I go to the football field. And listen, I've been a football dad like for a long time. I'm saying, if anybody who know me, you know, since my oldest boy Cal was running the scene out there, right, doing his thing on defense. So this we're talking about years, at least 14, 15 years. Okay, so I've been a football dad for a long time, and I admit to you, when I first started going out there, it was nothing but women, like all the time. I'm like, why is there so many women out here taking their sons to practice, right? Or I get it, on game day, mom's gonna come out and support, but on the practice days, it was so filled of women. Like, it was crazy to me. I'm just like, what is going on? Where's the daddies at? Because, ladies, nothing against you being at these practices or these sports. And I get it. We got the whole narrative that, mom, you the real MVP. We understand that. But it's just something different that a father instills in his child when he's at that practice, right? I was watching something on, I believe it was, I think it was TikTok. And so a dad or a preacher was saying this. He was like, moms and dad are different as it relates to sports. He said, we both can go to the game. Our son can play 75 minutes, or our daughter can play 75 minutes in order to score 2 points, right? The mom will come home and celebrate him and say, "That's my baby. You did good out there." The daddy gonna tell him, "Listen, you might need to change career because I'm not coming out there no more for an hour and a half to watch you put up 2 points. You need to figure out if this what you want to do or not." But he was just making the comparison that we not gonna praise you. We're not gonna praise you just for simply being out there. You actually got to put in some work. As a matter of fact, for my children, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm not one of those fathers that buy all the gear like right out the gate. So you don't get the best shoes, the latest gear that comes with everything. You're not about to go out there looking like you can play the part, but you can't play at all. My kids, they understand whether it's my daughters or my sons. You got to prove to me that you can ball first, and then we'll start buying all that other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even play those games. But I thought it was funny that that pastor mentioned that because that's just how it is, ladies. So that's not a shot or a knock against you. But anyway, back to the football field. Early on, that's all I saw. All I saw was women at practice, women at practice, women at practice all the time. We talking about for years. But now, as I looked at it the other day when I left the gas station to go to the football field, it's nothing but guys out there. It is nothing but guys out there. I'm like, man, we really are active out here. Like we really are doing what we're supposed to do. And I know I'm just highlighting these points, and some of you all will say, that's just one occasion, that's just this. Don't be a hater. All right? Don't be a hater. It's not a good look on you. So we are active out here. We are doing what we're supposed to do. And another thing I notice about the fathers at the football fields nowadays, it's a family event, right? Or meaning like a family team. Like my little cousins are out there volunteering their time at least 3, probably 4 times a week. Because you got Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, right? And then sometimes they'll take the kids to work out on a Saturday or a Sunday. So they're volunteering their own time, time away from their family, time away from their own kids, time away from their wives, right? To put this time and effort into these children. So that I think that is dope. I think that is great. They don't have to do it. And luckily, they love the game of football, but I think they love them children even more. Like when I look at my little cousins out there putting in that work and going hard like that, I'm like, man, this is commendable, right? So, coaches, cuz out there, I want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all if don't nobody else say it, okay? So, man, we have a lot of stuff going on, fathers. I know we do. We got the world coming against us, right? We fighting against ourselves at times, but I'm letting you know we out here, we active, we still doing what we're supposed to do, all right? And the last thing I want you to leave you all with is this: we can control what we can control, all right? Meaning that, listen, we can't control the systems that's put in place to prevent us from doing this. We can't control, our children's mind. We can't control society. We can't control what we've been through as a culture holistically as African Americans, right? We can't control any of that. But what we can do is this. On this platform, we can control the narrative and we can control ourselves. So if we begin to just never mind all that extra stuff, that external stuff, and just concentrate on building up who we are and continue to do what we do, I think we're gonna be able to, like, we're gonna be in good shape. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're gonna be in good shape. Because these moments that I highlight, these are not far-fetched. These are not things that happen on a rare occasion. They're actually happening every day. But what's going on is that the media tries to paint this picture that we're just these bad guys or we're savages or we're barbaric. But that's not the case. Like we're really out here handling business with our children. And I don't know about you all. Like for me, with my children, I don't play no games. You just can't. I don't have time to play games in terms of other people playing with my children, right? I just don't like to play that. It just does something to me that it brings out a side of me that I don't want to show the world as it relates to an individual playing with my children. And I think that goes for everybody, both women as well as men. We hear the stories all the time where, just say a car ended up on a child and the mama picked the car up. Like you don't want to play with people's kids. But fathers, let's just continue to do what we do, man. We're doing a great job out here. I just want to let y'all know we out here. So don't get caught up in the hype that we're not doing what we're doing. And I'll do a whole video. As a matter of fact, for an ending project for one of my classes that I was taking to get my master's, it just talked about data, like what happens to a child as it relates to a father not being present. What happens to a child as it relates to a father actually being in the house. And you'll be surprised at the data. We're actually in the house more than what they give us credit for. But again, we're not out here looking for credit. We know we'll never get the credit that we deserve. But on this platform right here, we're gonna get the credit that we deserve because we deserve it. You understand me? And so, fathers, we're doing a great job, man. Let's continue to push forward. Uh, I'm right here on y'all side. Again, if you need me, shoot out an email, vfathersin@gmail.com. Let's chop it up. Make sure y'all leave those comments in the comment section. Hey, fathers, let's continue to do what we do best, and that is to be a great father. Black Father Syndrome.